Okay, so a very good evening, guys. Can you all let me know if y'all can hear me and see the screen on the chat box? Yes. Right, good. So today, guys, is our second session for this new batch. So we started classes, if you all remember, last week. So we started classes last week. Today is our second class. So in case you missed the recording, Lamai, for the first session is available on YouTube. I shared the link as well, but if you are not able to find that, I will show you how to find it as well on my YouTube channel. You can get access to that. So the plan is, Lamai, in October, we have classes done completely for free. That is for you all to come and try out whether you actually like the subject, whether you understand what I teach, and if online classes work for you. So if things are okay, then from November onwards, you can pay the fee and register. Right. So we'll get started and we'll get going. Today there is a lot to do. And also, Lama, I'm thinking of moving this class. Now, this is a temporary class time. I'm moving this class to this time. What do you all think? Instead of having it in the morning. Because I've got a lot of messages from students saying that there is an accounting class that's happening in the morning. Different teachers are doing classes in the morning. So for that reason, I'm thinking this is anyway a temporary class. Lama. My permanent class time is Thursday night. That is 7 to 9 p.m. Thursday night. That's my permanent class time. I told you last week that for unit number 1, we will have a class on Saturday as well. So that's what I'm asking you. My normal, I told you all Saturday morning. We can do it on night as well since it's clashing with others. Right? Sounds good. Okay, then from next week, Lama, we'll have it at this time. The recording will also be there, Lama, so don't worry at all. Even if you miss the live session, you can always catch up. Recordings can be watched unlimited times until A levels. So don't worry at all about missing one of my classes. Even if there's a technical issue and my recording doesn't work, I will do the class again by myself, self-record it and upload it on the website. So those who missed can somehow watch that. Okay. Most of your alumni, I'm guessing you should have your unit 1 tudes with you. I have been consistently sending this unit 1 tude for all those who have uh, filled that registration form. Is there anyone who doesn't have the tude yet, Lama? Even on Friday, I sent a set of tudes. Friday is yesterday. There were a few unit 1 tudes that I sent. Maybe the Friday ones would have not come yet, but most of it I have sent. I will send a poll on the WhatsApp group asking if you don't have the tude. If you don't have the tude, Lama, then vote on that poll. I will sort it for you. Okay, so we'll get started. Give me a second. I'll share my screen and we'll get going. Okay, right. If you register today, Lama, I'll send your tudes on Monday. You will get it within the. Okay, so let me share my screen. So is archived. And also, guys, the recording, like I said, whatever recording that I do, I will send it on the group also. But in case you miss the group link, what I want you to do is go to my YouTube channel, open YouTube, go to iTutor SL. That's my YouTube channel. Go to the channel itself. You can subscribe to the channel also. Go to playlist. Go to the channel. Go to playlist. On the playlist, you will see the first playlist. That is your 2016 A-level new batch. So all your recordings, the free classes, the other from next month onwards, it will be on my website for the paid students only. Now this month, since it's free, I add it on YouTube because otherwise it's hard for me to give you all access and all. So you can go on to YouTube and you can watch. So yes, remember last week's session, we broke it into 2 parts. So first was the introduction. Then I taught you the part. So both of those parts are there. First you watch the introduction, then you watch the thing there. The website, Lama, there is no registration there. It's a manual thing that we will create an account for you and give once you pay the fees. Yes, once you pay the fee, you can drop us a text. We will sort the access for you through the website. You can't go on your own and get it sorted. Right. So we'll get started for today. How many of you all took some time, Lama? Did you all take at least 20 minutes or even 15 minutes to go through what we did last week? Went through? Yes. Good. Nice. So I'll quickly give a small 2-minute recap of what we did last week, and then we'll get started today. Today we have a lot to do, Lamai. So focus, we get it done. Remember, Lamai, last week we started with unit number 1. And first thing I taught you was something called economic behavior. I told economic behavior is about the activities that people do to fulfill their physical needs and wants. So mainly consumption, production, and distribution. Not a very important part also, I told you. Then after that, Lama, we talked about the definition for economics. I told you, economics is a social science. It studies what? It studies how people try to satisfy their unlimited wants with the limited resources they have. Scarce resources, limited resources. With that, how do they try and satisfy all their unlimited wants? That's what economics is studying. Then after we defined economics, we went through, Lamai, the branches of economics. I told you there are 2 branches. The first one is microeconomics, where you focus on a small part of the economy, about one individual, one firm, right? One household. That was microeconomics. And then after that, I told you the second branch is called macroeconomics, where we focus on the broader whole, entire economy. We learned. And it was why we went through this types of statements in economics. I told you there are 2 types. One is a positive statement. A positive statement, I told you, is like a fact. It's about something that has already happened, something that might happen in the future. It's a fact. It can be correct, it can be wrong. We can prove and see. So that was a positive statement. Then the second type I told you are normative statements. Normative statements can you cut? These were personal judgments. There is no right or wrong. I am telling we should do this. You are saying, no, no, we should do this. So there is no right or wrong. That is what you call a normative statement. So that is what we learned last class level. So in case you missed it, you can go back to the recording. Recording is there. You can watch. Today's part is not connected to last week's part. So even if you were not there last week, you will understand today. So don't worry. Right. So we'll start with today's part level. A very easy part to start with, and then we will build on to a more difficult part. My target today is, Lama, if we can finish until page number, at least page number 8 or page number 9 in our tip. That is my target, 8 or 9. Okay, so we'll see. The class will go until around 9:30. If we can finish until page number 8 or 9, perfect. That's the target for today. We'll see how things go on. So right now, where are we? We are in page number 4 in your tute. The very easy thing, Lavan. This you all know it. I don't have to teach you all this. What is this? Needs and wants. What are needs, Lavan? Needs, we say, are the basic requirements needed for survival. Without this, you can't live. That is what you call a need. I'm not going to explain too much about this, Lavan, because you all know this. These are very basics, Lavan. They don't really test this much in A levels also. Maybe MCQ might come. You all know this, right? So I'm not going to very detailed. What are needs? The basic requirements that you need for survival. Things like what? Things like food, clothing, housing, right? That is what you call your needs. Then what are wants? Wants, we said, Lavai, are various different forms of fulfilling our need. We have a need for food. How do you fulfill that need for food? By eating bread, maybe a pizza, maybe a kottu, maybe something else. So the various ways of fulfilling your needs is what we call a want. You see, I'm saying the various forms of fulfilling needs are called various forms of fulfilling needs are what we call wants. So example, I have given you all the example. So these are desires that one would like to have. These are not essential for survival. Your need is food. The way that you fulfill that need for food, you have lamai rice, bread, string hoppers, eva okkama are your wants. That I hope you all know lamai. Can you tell me, out of these, which of this changes from time to time, lamai, or from person to person? Needs or wants? Are the needs different from person to person? Or are the wants different from person to person? Which one's different from person to person? The want. The needs or the wants? Easy question. Which one? The wants are different from person to person. No. Now, if you take human needs, lamai, your need and my need same, lamai. You also need food. I also need food. You also need a place to live. I also need a place to live. You want water. I want water. But our wants can be different. Now, if I ask you, lamai, what do you all want to eat for dinner? You will say one thing, I will say another thing, someone else will say another thing. So wants differ from person to person. Needs are the same for everyone. And what else, Lavan? Yes, they are saying needs are limited. Needs are limited, Lavan. So human needs are limited. What are the needs? Food, clothing, shelter, water. There are few. That is limited. But human wants, Lamai, are unlimited. Needs are limited, wants are unlimited. And then needs do not change from time to time. That's what we said. Even a small kid or an old person, 10 years ago, or even 100 years ago, human needs were the same. Doesn't change from time to time. But what changes? The wants change now. Wants change with time. And then we say, needs are common for all. Your needs are my needs. Wants differ from person to person. These are things now that we know it. These are not new things. So I'm going a little fast. The new parts will go into very detail. Then I'm also telling Lamai, wants can be classified as material wants and non-material wants. In other words, physical and mental wants. What are your physical wants? Anything tangible, Lamai. Something that not tangible. Anything that you can fulfill by consuming a good or service. So let's say food, at pizza, two. Those are physical wants. What could be your mental wants? Mental wants like feeling love, kindness, respect, and in economics now, we don't talk about these mental wants. For that, you learn psychology or whatever. For something like econ, what do we do? Here we are saying economics pays attention to only the material wants. Material wants, another name for that is the physical that can be fulfilled through the consumption of goods and services. Then now I have added a small picture here, the difference between needs and wants and demand. Right now, don't worry about demand. We will study what is demand Lama in unit number 2. So don't worry about this right now. Unit number 2 we will learn. Can you quickly tell me, Lama, is this okay? Do you all have any questions? I don't want to bore you all out, Lama, because teaching a very boring part. When the part is too easy also, Lama, it gets a little boring. Can you let me know if this is fine? Do you know what is a need? Do you know what is a want? Are you okay with the examples? Are you okay with the differences? Shape element. Nothing hard. O levels also you do. Even a normal common sense. Everyone knows. Right. Now we'll get into an interesting part. How we study economics. We'll come into page number 5. Scarcity, alternative users, choice, and opportunity class. So I will write something on my black color screen. And then I'll come back to this note. Now, if I read the note, you all will not understand much. So I'll make some notes on my screen. I will explain the story. Then I will come back to this note. Then it will make perfect sense. On page number 7, at the bottom, there is half a page that you have black. So whatever I am writing on the screen is like a short note. You can write it over there if you want. If that is not enough space, You can paste a small sticky note, paste a small half of a A4 page, somehow you can write. Use colored pens, use different things. Maybe Lama, you don't have to write it now itself. Maybe scribble it in pencil. For homework, when you all are studying the area, then nicely use some colored pens, highlighters, and write it down. Okay. So don't worry too much about writing. Focus about understanding the concept. Writing you can even do later. Lama. Recording is there. You can take a screenshot and write. You can scribble now and write later. You can do later. When I'm teaching, put it into your head the first time. Okay. So what am I going to teach you? I'm going to teach you Lama, scarcity, alternative uses, choice, and opportunity cost. Right. I'll speak a little louder if you all can't hear it. Yes, also if you all maybe if the volume is a little too low, I'm not doing anything different. Usually my volume is okay. You all can also try by getting earphone if possible. Instead of let's say the thing playing on a normal screen, get an earphone, then the volume usually is better. If possible, try to get a earphone. Okay. Right. So we'll start. I want you all to engage with me and give me answers here. So we are going to talk about what? We are going to talk about scarcity, choice, alternative users, and opportunity cost. Now, can you tell me, Lamai, human wants? Okay. Can you tell me our resources that we have? The resources that we have, Lamai, are they limited or unlimited? Our resources. Limited the unlimited. When you say resources, the land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship that we have. Limited the unlimited. We have Lamai, limited resources. We don't have unlimited Nilamai. There is a limited amount of resources. Right. Limited resources. What about Lamai human wants? Are they limited or unlimited? Human wants. Human wants, we say, are unlimited. Human wants are what? Unlimited. And now we have a problem, Lavan. We have a problem. Our wants are unlimited, but the resources we have to satisfy those wants, they are limited. We don't know. Think of money value, for example. Money is not a resource. That I'll teach you later. Just think of money value. You have so much of things now. You want to buy the latest iPhone. You want to buy the latest laptop. You want to go on a foreign tour. You have so much of wants, but the amount of money you have is limited enough. So that leads to what? The fact that humans have limited resources and unlimited wants leads to our first concept, which is scarcity. What is scarcity? Scarcity is, Lamai, we say, scarcity is the limitedness of resources compared to unlimited. Limitedness of resources compared to unlimited ones. That is what scarcity means. If someone asks you what is scarcity, you can say scarcity is the limitedness of resources compared to our unlimited ones. Now, I'll give you an example and we'll explain. Okay. Let's say, 2 years down the line, you become the first in the island. A-level results come. Now picture this, right? Now you are the first in the island in the commerce stream. So now, every TV is coming and interviewing you, right? You're saying, look here, this is how I studied. This was what I did, right? Teachers are putting flyers of you all, right? And then let's say, Lama, the president also calls you for a meeting. So 2 years from now, hopefully nothing goes bad. Anura will still be president. So Anura Kumara calls you for a meeting at the presidential office to congratulate you because why? You are the island first. Now, at the end of this meeting, Anura says, we are very proud of you. And let's say, Lamai, he gifts you a plot of land in, let's say, Colombo, Savannari, in the middle of Colombo. He gives you a plot of land. He says, look here, we are very proud of you. Right, this is a plot of land for you. for your achievement in the middle of Kalam. Now he has gifted you one plot of land. He didn't give you the entire country. No. So one, let's say, 20 per sorry, 30 per sorry, he gave you a plot of land. Now that land is scarce. No, you only have one land. Now with that land, Lamai, what do you think you can do with that land? Tell me what would you do with that land that you got, Lamai? Tell me, give me one. Everyone, give me one example. What are you going to do? You got a land now in Colombo, 7 or somewhere, a 30 perch big, nice land. Okay, you are building a house. Fine. Anything else? Having a building, right? Maybe a shopping mall. Okay, perfect. A children's park. Okay, interesting. Okay, starting a business. Okay, wow, some people are going to have a gym also. Fine. Right, what else? Okay, putting up a factory. Okay, a tuition class, an institute, an apartment. Okay, you're going to rent it out. Supermarket. So don't you think, Lamai, okay, a restaurant, perfect. Don't you think that this, some of you are selling it also, nice. Don't you think, Lamai, this scarce plot of land, this one land that you got, Lamai, don't you think it has alternative users? What users? Alternative users. There is what? This scarce plot of land that you got, Lamai, I am telling you, our scarce resources. So example, I'm telling you the plot of land. That scarce resources that we have alternative uses. You can do different things with it, Lama. So I'll write some examples that you all told me. Some of you all told me, okay, let's build a house. Let's build a house. Some of you all told me, okay, let's have a shopping mall. Okay. One person told me, okay, let's have a playground. Someone else told me, okay, let's go and sell this one. Let's sell and let's invest the money. Okay. Sell the land. So likewise, you all gave me around 10 different answers now. Now, my next question to you is, I'm telling you, there is scarce resources. These scarce resources have so many alternative uses. Alternative uses mean you can do different things. My next question to you is, Laman, can you do all of this with the plot of land? Anura has given you a plot of land. Can you build a house and build a shopping mall and have a playground also and sell it also? Can you do everything, Laman? ඔක්කොම කරන්න පුළුවන්. Can you do all? You can't do everything, right? With that plot of land, Lamai. Can you build a house of it and build a playground on top of it and shopping mall? Can you sell it also? ඔක්කොම කරන්න බෑනේ ළමයි. So then what should people do then? If these scarce resources have alternative uses, what should people now do, Lama? That leads us to our next concept. Think and tell me, just refer the tute and see what do you think. What should people now do? Now, Lama, you have to make a choice. You can't do everything, Lama. So because these scarce resources, Lama, have alternative uses, what should you do? You need to make a choice. You can't do everything, Lama. You have to make a choice. Our scarce resources have alternative uses. That plot of land that you got, Lama, you need to make a choice. Now, Lama, how will a person make a choice? How will you make a choice, Lama? Will you just close your eyes and tell your friend, pick one finger, Bajang? I will do what you pick. Is that how you make a choice, Lama? How does a rational consumer make a choice? You're going to analyze this a little, no? You're going to see, right, if I build a house, what benefit will I get? Okay, if I, let's say, have a playground, okay, what is the benefit? If I build a shopping mall, then what? If I sell the land, then what? So you're going to think now, Lamai. You're going to talk to people, you're going to think about it, and what will you do? In your mind, you will rank this, Lamai. Best option, make. Second best is this. Third best is this. Aren't some of you all doing that now when selecting schools for A levels? How many of you all have been applying these days for schools and all? You all get fun. You all might have had interviews and all these days, no? In the last 2-3 weeks after results came. Nice, right? So if you can get into good school, perfect. So don't you think, Lamai, when deciding when, nice, good luck with your interviews also. So if you all have, Lamai, now don't you all think you all are ranking these? Let's say you got around 2, 3 schools. Don't you think, Lama, you will rank it in your head? You will see which school is better, which one has better reputation, which one's better teachers. Okay, which one is closer for me to go. Right? You will think, right? You'll think of a lot of things. And what will you do, Lama? You will rank them in your head. So let's say, Lama, I ranked it like this, let's say based on what I did. This can be different from person to person, right? So I felt, okay, maybe let's build a shopping mall. Now this is a Colombo 7. No? So let's say something like Cinnamon Life, the new one that has opened. Maybe I also can do something like that. Okay, that's my option number one. Let's say my second best option is my, let's say to build a house. That's my second. I'm just ranking my options now. Rank number one, best one is this. Second one is this. My third one will say is to say, I'm just ranking this. Now, after you rank, which option will you select? After you rank this as first, second, third, fourth, which option will you select, Lama? Will you select the third option, fourth option, second option? After ranking, Lama, any rational consumer, someone with a brain, what will he do? He will select the best option, Lama. More than any. You will not rank it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will not go to a go and do something else, Lama. So once you rank it in your head, you will always select the best option. That will be your choice. You will rank it and you will select your best option. Right. Let me now recap the story again. I told you humans have unlimited bonds, but the resources we have are limited. That leads to our first concept called scarcity. What is scarcity? I told you, scarcity is the limitedness of resources compared to unlimited ones. Then this scarce resource, all these resources are limited. No? Now I'm telling you, these limited resources have alternative uses. You can do so much different things with those resources. For that only, I gave you the example of you becoming island first and Anura gifting you a plot of land. So when AKD gives you a plot of land, you have so many options, so many alternative uses. You can sell the house, you can sell the land, build a house, build a playground, have a factory, let's say put a shopping mall, do so much of things. Then I told you, this scarce plot of land has alternative uses. ඔක්කොම කරන්න බෑ. You can't do everything. Therefore, what should you do? You need to make a choice. How does a person make a choice? A rational consumer, a person with some brains, how does he make a choice? He will not close his eyes and tell, no, pick a finger, I will do that. What will he do? He will rank it, Lama. He will see, right, if I do this, what is the benefit? If I do this, what is the benefit? If I do this, what is the benefit? He's going to think. And then he will rank it, Lama. Highest benefit maker, number one. Second highest maker, third highest maker. You will rank it. And after you rank it, you will go with your first option. That's what I taught you so far. Now, Lavai, the moment you make a choice, that leads to something called an opportunity cost. When you make a choice, Lavai, that leads to something called an opportunity cost. Let me explain what is this opportunity cost. Now, opportunity cost I am saying is the benefit foregone, benefit foregone from your next best alternate. Can you tell me, and I'll explain that, don't worry. Can you tell me, Naman, if not for the shopping mall, what was your next best alternative? What would you have done if not for the shopping mall? Based on how you ranked Laman, shopping mall, now let's say you can't get a permit to build a shopping mall. What's your next best one? Next best option, based on how I have ranked Balan. Based on my ranking, you say, based on my ranking, if not for the shopping mall, I would have built a house. That is my next best alternative. Yeah. So I am saying opportunity cost is the benefit foregone from your next best alternative. Can you all tell me, Lamai, if I now what kind of benefit am I foregoing? Foregoing is benefit that you are sacrificing. So here, Lamai, your opportunity cost is the benefit you would have received, you would have received by building a house. What is the benefit you could have got by building a house, Lamai? What type of benefit? It doesn't have to be a monetary now. Maybe, Lama, even the satisfaction, maybe the prestige, that also the benefit. Like you feel like on one side, I have a house in Columbus 7, right? Big house in Columbus 7. That, status feeling can be a benefit. Maybe someday you can rent that out and earn some money. That also might be a benefit, right? Maybe you have a luxury, happy, your happiness increases. Earlier you were in a very small house, man, and now you have AC, posh Columbus 7 again. You have a posh house. Like your happiness increases. So all of that is the benefit, right? So because you decided to build the shopping mall, you couldn't build a house. Now you can't say that. Now some people make a mistake saying, some people say opportunity cost is everything that you sacrifice. Opportunity cost is not the house and selling the house. No, you're selling the land. No. Sell the land and everything available. Opportunity cost is the benefit you sacrifice from your next best alternative. I'll give you more examples to explain this now. I don't want. Can you all tell me right now, all of you all who are in this class are in front of a laptop or phone and watching me talk. Can you tell me, if not for this class right now, what is your next best thing you would have done? You tell me what you would have done if not for this. Tell me what was your opportunity cost? What are you sacrificing to come to this class, right? Okay, someone's gonna sleep. Anything else? Okay, done some homework. Okay, gone out with your cousins, study. Okay, watching TV or a drama or a movie. So that is your next best alternative. If someone asks me what is my next best alternative, I would have said I had some these days, like my a little busy days because the seminar is going for the 24 batch, and I have some office work pending. I have a report to make, a South Asian report that I am making covering India, Maldives, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and all. So I have to finish that report work. So I will say that I would have done that. So that is my opportunity cost. So what is your opportunity cost now? Your opportunity cost is because you selected the first option. Now, all of us decided that our first option is the class. Now, that's why we are here. So, what do you think the fellows who are in the group and who are not in this class? There are more than this amount of people in the WhatsApp group. They are not in this class because that is not their first option. Class was not their first option. They are in the WhatsApp group. Maybe their first option was to go and sleep. Maybe their first option was to go out with their friends. So they went and did that. They are missing this. You all decided, no, I'm going to come to this. So you're missing something else. So opportunity cost is the benefit sacrificed from your next best option. So if in my land that I won from Anura, if I decide to build a shopping mall, my next best option would have been to build a house. So that benefit I could have got by building a house is my opportunity cost. That benefit could be a monetary benefit, maybe some money. Maybe it could be a non-monetary benefit also. Opportunity cost doesn't have to be money level. It could be anything. So the benefit I could have got by building a house is maybe I have satisfaction. I feel very happy having a nice luxury house in Columbus. But maybe the prestige. I'm showing off now, right? Putting WhatsApp statuses, Instagram pictures, saying, look here, my house. That also makes me feel good. Maybe In the future, I can rent that house to someone. Maybe I can convert that into like a hotel. So those are all the benefits. Because I decided to build a shopping mall, I had to sacrifice them. That is my opportunity cost. My next question to you is, Lamai, is opportunity cost the same for everyone? Is your opportunity cost my opportunity cost? Is your next best alternative my next best alternative? No, right? And it is subjective. Now, you all told me, Lamai, if not for this class, you all told me, some told me you all will watch Netflix, watch a movie, watch drama, go out with your cousins, maybe that is your opportunity cost. Now, what is my opportunity cost? I told you I have an office report to make. I would have done that here. So, can I say, nah, nah, opportunity cost is the office report? No, no, you all are all wrong. Opportunity cost is this office report. That is the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost Lama, is subjective, differs from person to person. Your opportunity cost doesn't have to be my opportunity cost. Now, in this land example, Lama, I ranked it this way. No? I said my best option is shopping mall. Second one is building a house. Maybe third one is selling the land. So maybe, for example, Lama, maybe for you, choice might be different. So maybe for you, Lamai, let's say you are a person looking at investing this money and all. Maybe your best option was sell the land, right? Your second best option was, let's say, Lamai, have a start a, let's say, a big office there, right? Big office and rent that big office. That is your second best. Maybe your third best option was have a shopping mall. So you will have different rankings, Lamai. Your ranking and my ranking doesn't have to be the same. So the plot of land you want, you will decide, right? I will sell the land and take the money and invest it somewhere. Therefore, my opportunity cost is whatever benefit I could have got by building a office and renting. So maybe the rent income, maybe the prestige of owning a building in Columbus, all of that is your opportunity. So what am I trying to tell you here is your opportunity cost doesn't have to be my opportunity. Opportunity cost is subjective, changes from person to person. Right. That is the story. And so let me quickly summarize the story and then Lama will go into our notes. Then you all will understand this even better. Okay. Quick summary of my story in 1 minute. I told you all, humans have limited resources. Our land, labor, capital, laundry, they are limited now. Our wants, unlimited. Because of that, the fact that we have limited resources compared to our unlimited wants means what? It leads to the problem of scarcity. What is scarcity? Scarcity, we say, is the limitedness of resources compared to our unlimited wants. Our resources not enough. Compared to our wants, it's not enough. And then I told you, these limited resources, these scarce resources, has what? Has alternative uses. You can do different things with your resources. So then we took the example of the land that you want from Anura. So many different uses. Then I told you, you can't do everything. You come with the plot of land, a house, like I shopping mall, like you can't sell the land and you can't do everything. Therefore, what should you do? You need to make a choice. You need to select now. So when you select, you will usually rank it and look at the benefits and you will rank it and select your best option. Then I told you that leads to something called opportunity cost. What is the opportunity cost? Opportunity cost, I told you, is the benefit foregone from your next best alternative. Your second option now, next best. If not for this, what you would have done? If not for the shopping mall, I would have gone and built a house. So benefit I'm sacrificing from the house is my opportunity cost. Right? That is the summary there. You can take a screenshot of this if you all want, Lama. You can write it at the bottom of that page that I told you. Okay. You can maybe give your own example also. Don't give my example. Come up with a new example. Make your choices different. Your examples don't have to be my example. Yeah. So you can take a screenshot if you have not copied down. Better to make like a small short note there and Can someone send the screenshot on the group also, Lamai? For those who are not able to take it. Okay. We'll move back to the tute. Now I will read the tute, Lamai. Now see whether you all understand. It has to make sense now. So I'm going to go through from page number 5 until page number 7 in your tute. Okay. Let's see. I am saying, Lamai, scarcity is the limitedness of resources compared to unlimited bonds at a given point of time. Right? Now we learned that. I told you scarcity is what? The limitedness of resources compared to our unlimited bonds. Our bonds are unlimited, resources are limited. So I told you there is something called scarcity. Then I am telling you now, look at this. Scarcity is the central economic problem common to every economy. Shall I give you an example? Do you think a country like USA, very developed, so much of resources, do they face scarcity now? What do you think? Yes or no? Does a country like USA face scarcity or not? They have a lot of resources, right? So much, right? So developed. Do they face scarcity or not? That's my question. Yes or no? What do you think? The answer is, Lamai, yes. Why? No matter how much of resources they have, don't you think, Lamai, their bonds are also unlimited? Don't you think in USA, those people's bonds are also unlimited? No matter how much of buildings or vehicles or machines or land or labor, no matter whatever they have, Lamai, but no matter whatever resources they have, compared to human wants, those resources are limited, Nilam. They might be so rich, but compared to the wants, the resources are limited. Okay, what if I take your example of Lamai, someone like Elon Musk, right? One of the richest people in the world. Does he face scarcity now? His net worth is around, I don't know, I think around 100 billion or little less than that. Does he face scarcity? He's the richest person in the world now. Does he have scarcity? He will also face scarcity. No matter how rich he is, Lamai, no matter how rich he is, his wants are also unlimited. Maybe his wants are, let's say, living and building a house in Mars. Maybe his wants are, let's say, capture Jupiter, invade Jupiter. He doesn't have the resources for those kind of. So no matter how much of resources you have, given that your bonds are unlimited, Lamai, every economy, every person will face scarcity. That's why in this note I am saying, Lamai, scarcity is the central economic problem common to every economy. Whether you are a rich economy, the poor economy, the developing economy, the developed economy, the richest person in the world, the Vedanta, everyone will face scarcity. Okay? Then, Namai, if I tell you something like this, you tell me whether this is right or wrong. Scarcity means that we do not have resources. Yes or no? Scarcity means we do not have resources. Is that what scarcity is? Right or wrong? I'm saying scarcity means Lamai, we don't have resources. Is that what scarcity is? Right or wrong? True or false? That is wrong, Lamai. Why? Scarcity is not that we don't have resources. We have resources. But compared to our wants, those resources are limited. That's what we are saying. Resources නෑ කියලා කියන්නේ. We are not saying we have less resources. What is scarcity? Scarcity is we are saying we have resources. But compared to our unlimited wants, those resources are limited. So don't go and ever go and write in your paper saying scarcity means a country does not have resources. Wrong. Not that the country doesn't have resources. You have compared to your wants, relative to your wants, your resources are limited. That's why we say, Lamai, scarcity is a relative concept. Relative can be uncle or auntie anyway. Relative means compared to. So here, which means compared to human wants, resources are relatively limited. Compare, not that you don't have resources. Anyway, compared to your wants, your resources are limited. Here, see, the last line is saying, this does not mean the total absence of resources. Scarcity doesn't mean that you don't have resources. Anyway, okay, that is scarcity. Then, remember in my diagram that I drew in the black screen, two things lead to scarcity. What are the two things? The two main characteristics of scarcity is like one, human wants are unlimited. Human wants are unlimited. On the other side, the resources that we have to satisfy these wants are limited. Limited resources, unlimited wants, those two put together is what leads to scarcity. That is what I am saying over here. Okay, right. Then now I'll give you another story. How many of you like to eat tippy tip? Are you fans of tippy tip? I have not had a tippy tip in a long time. The earlier now I'm a big fan. Especially the green one, the star one. Others are also good. I'm a big fan of the green star one. Recently, haven't had. Okay. Now let's say Lama, you got this craving. Now after I said Lama tippy tip matagada. Now tomorrow you're going to Cargill, or Keels, or wherever you are shop. You're going to buy a tippy tip. Now in the shelf where they have these tippy tips and chips, tippy tip is not there. No tippy tip. Tippy tip is not there. Then does that mean there is a scarcity of tippy tip? Does that mean there is a scarcity of tippy tip? Yes or no? What do you think? Is that scarcity or is that something else? Now you go and see men tippy tip, men rack Cargill tippy tip ne. So you're now shouting, look here, means scarcity of tippy tip. You're going and telling everyone. Is that correct? Or is that something else? Is there a scarcity of tippy tip or is it something else? Right. First tell me, Lavan, can scarcity be solved? Can you ever solve scarcity? Can you solve it? Can you solve the problem of scarcity and can you eliminate it and put it? Scarcity, Lavan, cannot be solved no matter how much of resources we have. Our wants are unlimited. Scarcity can't be solved. No matter how rich you are, scarcity solve can't be developed economy, the poor economy, everyone has scarcity. Now tell me, this problem of not having TP-tip in your Cargill shelf, can that be solved? Can that problem be fixed? Right now in Cargills, there is no TP-tip in the shelf. That can be solved, no Lamai. Why is there no TP-tip? Maybe some fellow, Pereta fellow, early in the morning came and bought all the TP-tip and went. He is having a party at his house. He bought all the TP-tip and went. Maybe that could be a reason. Maybe another reason could be, maybe Lamai, there is some delay in the transportation or something, right? The goods have not yet come. Maybe that's why it's short. Maybe another reason could have been, maybe Cargills has not paid the TP-tip factory for the past month's TP-tip. So TP-tip factory is not going and delivering to Cargills. Maybe that could be a reason. But any of that can be solved, Nilamai. So that is not called scarcity. That is called, Lamai, a shortage. That's what I am saying in the note here. Yes, I am saying the shortage of goods prevailing in the market is not considered as scarcity. You go to the market and you don't find your favorite TPT. That is not scarcity, Lamai. That is a shortage. Yes. As the shortage arises with the delay of stock, maybe the factory vehicles have not yet come. And this shortage disappears with the arrival of stock. So once the new stock comes, once new TPT comes, problems solved, shortage solved. So shortage and scarcity are not the same. Scarcity is like a universal problem. Everyone has, can't solve it. Now, only way of solving scarcity is you should have unlimited resources. Won't happen. Or you should have limited bonds. That also won't happen. Either you have unlimited resources, then you think unlimited resources, unlimited bonds shape. No scarcity. That won't happen. No. So that's why we say scarcity is universal to everyone, any economy, and it can't be solved. And then I'll ask you one more thing, Raman. Can you tell me if we use our resources economically, very carefully, without any wastage, can we solve scarcity? Our resources very carefully, nasty karanne, no wastage, nothing. Can we solve the problem of scarcity then? What do you all think? Yes, so if we use our resources very carefully, our land, labor, really no wastage, both karanne, very carefully we are using now. Can we solve? Think, what are the two factors that can be that affects? Now, do you think no matter how carefully we use our resources, Lamai, don't you still think that our wants are unlimited? No matter how carefully your economical use your wastage, name, or very carefully you're using your resources. No matter how carefully you use your resources, if your human wants are unlimited, Lamai, you can't solve it. So that's what my next paragraph is saying. I am saying here, use of resources economically. Use of resources economically is considered as efficient utilization of resources, carefully using your resource. However, until wants remain unlimited, this economic use of resources would not solve scarcity. No matter how careful you use Lavai, you can't solve scarcity. So that is why we say here scarcity is the central problem. It is common to every economics, every society, every person's scarcity is there. Like rich, the poor, the using your resources carefully, the not the vedanne. Given that resources are limited and bonds are unlimited, everyone faces what? Scarcity. And because of that scarcity, we'll study this part later. Second one, now, don't worry about it now. Because of this, any society would face the problem of what to produce, how to produce, and whom to produce. This part I will not explain now. That is another big topic, Lamai, that we will learn later. What are these, what to produce and how to produce. So far, is the story okay? Are you all fine? Same. Yep. Then Lamai, we'll now go to the others. Now, in our diagram, we studied scarcity. Then what did I tell you? I told you that these scarce resources have what, Lamai? They have what uses? The scarce resources, they have alternative uses. And now we'll go to this. I am saying, since scarce resources have alternative uses, instead of selecting many, people must choose one alternative. I'm giving an example now. I'm telling you, when considering land, let's say the land that you want from Anura, Anura gave you for island person, okay? It has alternative uses as constructing a factory. You can build a factory. You can do some farming. I don't think you will do farming in a Columbus land, but never mind, right? Making of a playground. Therefore, a decision must be made in selecting one alternative. ඔක්කොම කරන්න බෑනේ. With your plot of land, you can't do farming and factory and build a playground. You can't do everything. You have to do select one. So then that leads us to what, Lavai? This choice. Is choice refers to the ability of a consumer or producer to decide which good or service or resource to purchase or provide from a range of possibilities. So you have a range of possibilities. From that, which one are you going to do? That is what choice means. Which product are you going to buy? What are you going to use your land for? Right now you have your 2 hours. What are you going to do these 2 hours? Are you coming to class or are you coming to going out with your friends? Now, people who are watching this recording later on after missing this class, they will wonder, see, they didn't make the choice of coming to the class. So, and then choices are made by households, firms, and the government. Why does a choice arise, Laman? What are the two things that contributed to a choice? In the diagram that I drew, one is scarcity. I said scarcity plus alternative uses leads to a choice. Yes. So the problem of choice arises due to one, your resources are scarce. Two, your resources have alternative uses. So look at my diagram. I'll go back to this one. Yes, Ilam. I told you scarcity plus alternative users leads to a choice. So that is what is there in that note there as well. Given that your resources are scarce, and given that these scarce resources have alternative users, both of it leads to what? A choice. You have both now. Given that your resources are scarce, and these scarce resources have alternative users, it leads to a choice. That's what I'm saying over here. The problem of choice arises in an economic system due to scarcity of resources, you can say, and alternative uses of these resources. Then, going to the next point. Once you make a choice, what happens? What did we learn? I told you, the moment you make a choice, now, it leads to something called an opportunity cost. Once you make a choice, it leads to something called opportunity cost. What is that? Yes, when selecting one alternative from all other alternatives available, the value of the next best alternative foregone is called opportunity cost. So when you select one alternative from our option, our Anurakumara land, we decided to build a house. No? So we did build a shopping mall. No, when we decided to build a shopping mall, the next best option was the house. The benefit we could have got from that is our opportunity. So in economics, now opportunity cost is also named as real cost and as economic cost. These are other names for opportunity cost. You can call opportunity cost as real cost or economic cost. Then you see, for example, the alternative uses for land available to a person can be stated as follows according to their priority. So these are according to their ranking. First one is construct a factory. Second one is farming. Third one is a playground. Can you all tell me, Lamai, which one of this is my opportunity cost? If this is my ranking, which one is my opportunity? The benefit foregone from what? Factory, the farming, the playground. Which one is my opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is the benefit foregone from your next best alternative. So I will select this first one. Then what is my next best love? First one, that's what I will do. Which one is my next best one? My next best one is having a farm. Yes, how many of y'all actually like to do some farming? Lamai? Recently, I saw Lamai, there was a in the Colombo Stock Exchange. They're starting a course Lamai on uh, agricultural entrepreneurship. I actually was thinking of joining it starting in October. I'm thinking whether do I have the time the killer. And that's the thing. I actually like it. Lamai. I like that, compare this busy city life and all. Right. I would love to, if I can, let's say, not that I will go in the farm and not this thing, maybe like to look after a farm and wake up in a place like that covered with greenery. I would love to. If someone gives me opportunity that I can do something like that where I'm earning enough money to satisfy my thing, I will even stop classes and I will go and do that. That is something nice for me. So the opportunity cost of me deciding to build a factory would have been like the benefit I get from farming. What benefit do I get from farm? Maybe I can get some money by growing something and selling. That is one benefit. Maybe another benefit is not just money. Maybe the peace of mind, very peaceful in our mind. No laptop and internet and Wi-Fi and make class karanai, office karanai, all of that don't need. Very clean, nice environment, very peaceful. You wake up, right? Nice place is there. You look after that and you wait. So maybe that. So opportunity cost now doesn't have to be a monetary thing. It doesn't have to always be money now. It's anything. Right? So here, when selecting the alternative of constructing the factory, the next best alternative foregone would be the alternative of farm. So where I have ranked, farming is the next. And therefore, the opportunity cost of constructing a factory is the harvest that can be obtained by farm. Not just the harvest, lama. It can be more within the peace of mind, the relaxation, the pride that you own a farm. Right? All of that is your opportunity cost. Yes, the profit you will earn from it. Oh, come on. All of it is opportunity cost. And then this one, I will come to it a little later. I will teach this to you all later. Lama. Opportunity cost is considered as a positive concept, and opportunity cost is positive in economic goods. What is this part? I will come to it a little later. When I teach you what is economic goods, that is there for today. Once I teach that, I will come back to this now. Right? We can leave that for now. Right. See if the story is okay so far. Does it make sense? Shape, scarcity, choice, scarcity, alternative users, choice, and opportunity cost. Okay. Right. These factors, yes, I'll give you a breakdown, don't worry. Shall we go to a few past papers and then come back to this? Some important factors and situations where opportunity cost is zero. Okay, so we'll do some past papers and then I'll come back to this. Take your past paper tute out. We'll see if there are any questions that we can try. So we have done question number 2 and question number 3. 2012 question number 1. Don't jump into anything. Read the answers carefully. There will be very close answers also. This is the first question you all are doing. Even if you get it wrong, don't be bad. We'll see. Okay. 2012 question number 1. Due to scarcity of resources, what should happen? Every society must undertake central plan. The government must decide how to allocate available resources. Some members in the society must live in poverty. Poverty means that you're very poor, don't have money to satisfy your basic needs. Every society must choose among competing users. Competing users means now alternative users of available resources. Resource availability exceeds the possible users for available resources. Think. Which one do you think? Because of scarcity, what should you do, Lavan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get it right, you can get it wrong. If I have not taught you something, that can't be the answer also. Just a hint. I'm doing this question because I think you can do this. What do you all think? Give me an answer. Right or wrong, that's okay, Lamai. Perfectly fine. And these are put a difficult question also. Not a very easy one. They have worded a little bit difficult. Some big words are there. What do you all think? Due to scarcity, every society must undertake central planning. Government must decide how to allocate resources. Members must live in poverty. Every society must choose among competing users of available resources. Resource availability exceeds the possible users for available resources. What do you all think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, I have around 47 answers. Others? Quickly, are you now right or wrong? By never give me an answer. That's okay. Even if you get it wrong, that's fine. Now, when you get it wrong, you will remember it even more. Which one? This question is a bit of a hard one. Right now, it's only around 50% of you all have got it right. 50% are wrong. Okay, we'll see. Right. We'll go one by one. Every society must undertake central plan. Did I tell you about something like that? Did I say because of scarcity, every society must undergo something called central planning? I have not even taught you central planning. That is completely different thing. Nothing like that. Did I tell you because of scarcity, government must decide how to allocate resources? In my example, when I explained Lama, did I ever talk about a government? Did I talk about government coming and allocating resources? If I didn't tell you, Lama, it's not the answer. Don't come up with new stuff. Not this. Did I tell you because of scarcity, some members have to live in poverty? Did I tell you something like that? No, I didn't tell you anything like that. What the answer? Then, did I tell you because of scarcity, every society must choose? Choose means make a choice among competing users, among alternative users. Did I tell you that now? Because of scarcity, every society has to make a choice because of alternative users, among their alternative users. Did I tell you something like that? Due to scarcity, every society must choose among competing users. Did I tell you something like that? I told you, scarcity plus alternative users leads to choice. Because of scarcity, given that those scarce resources have alternative users, someone has to make a choice. That I told you. Then the last one, Naman, resource availability. That means how much of resources you have exceeds the users. Is that correct, Lam? We had one plot of land. Anura gave us one plot of land. What were the users for that? Sell the plot kiwa, build a playground kiwa, but have a factory kiwa, build a house kiwa. So does the resource availability exceed the users now? Do we have more resources than the users? No, right? Isn't it the other way around? The users exceed the resource availability. Resource availability doesn't exceed the users. So not this as well. So answer is number 4. Bit of a difficult one. Around 50% of you all, I think, got it. Yeah. Then let me go into another one. Hmm. Okay. Which one is the most correct? 2014 A levels, question number 1. Go with keywords that I taught. Economics is the study of scarcity of resources and full employment, scarcity of resources and production, scarcity of resources and choice, scarcity of resources and efficiency, scarcity of resources and substitutability. Which one do you think is the most scarce? Scarcity is there in all these. What is that second one? Scarcity and what? Scarcity and full employment, the production, the choice, the efficiency, the substitutability. Which one? Most of you are getting this correct. Others also give me an answer correct or wrong. That's fine. Don't feel scared. And I don't remember also, Lama, your answer goes that it goes up. I can only see the latest 3 messages whenever you send all your numbers. So I will not remember names. I will not remember who sent what. You don't have to feel bad. Sir will think I am stupid if I give answer and get it wrong. Nothing like that. I don't remember. That's all. What did I tell you about? Because of scarcity, what should you do now? Because your resources are scarce. And also those scarce resources have alternative uses. What should you do? You have to make a choice, no? So this one is your most correct answer, Lama. Scarcity of resources and choice. So economics is about, Lama, how you make better choices with the amount of money you have. with as a country, how is a country going to make a better choice? So it's all about that law. Scarcity and full employment, I haven't taught you anything. Production, I didn't say anything. Efficiency, I didn't say. Substitutability, I didn't say anything at all. Okay. 2014. Then, yeah, what is this? Question number 2. Opportunity cost in economics is defined as what? As the other opportunities sacrificed for obtaining something, the financial cost of obtaining something, the cost of time of obtaining something, the total fixed cost and total variable cost of obtaining something, the value of the best alternative sacrificed for obtaining something. What is opportunity cost? What did I tell you opportunity cost is? Financial cost means money down. Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's opportunity cost? There are two answers that look kind of possible. Others, most of you are correct. Around 80% of you are correct. Which, right. So your correct answer is Lavai. I'll cut off a few answers that are wrong first. Answer number 2, 3, 4 are wrong, Lavai. Opportunity cost is not the financial cost. Opportunity cost can be financial, can be more than that also. You can't say opportunity cost is defined as the cost of time. That could be much more than. You can't say, my total variable, total. I didn't even teach you something like that, so don't come up with nonsense. Then you have two possible answers. Tell me, Lama, is opportunity cost the value of your next best alternative? Best alternative means second one. If not for this, your best alternative means the next one. Huh? Is it that? Or is opportunity cost all the other opportunities? Is it everything you sacrifice, or is it your next best thing that you sacrifice? What is opportunity cost? Is it everything? That's what answer number 1 is saying. They are saying opportunity cost is everything that you sacrifice when you do something. Answer 5 is saying it's your best alternative. Right? If not for this, your best alternative is your second one. It's the next best alternative, right? So your answer is number 5. Not all opportunities. The other opportunity sacrifice means not everything. Now, when you decide to build your, let's say, shopping mall, you have to sacrifice selling the land, factory, playground, everything you are sacrificing. Opportunity cost is not everything. Opportunity is only your next best. Okay. So 2 is number 5. And we did 3 MCQs. We'll do 2 more and then I'll give you all a small break. This one we can do a little later. Okay. 2016 A levels, question number 1. Bit of a tricky one. Be careful with the words. The concept of scarcity in economics refers to a condition where, ask me, what does scarcity refer to? Society is not utilizing all resources in an efficient manner. Does that mean? Is that scarcity? People's wants can never be satisfied by available resources. Some members live in poverty. Too many frivolous goods. Frivolous means unwanted. Too many frivolous goods and services are produced at the expense of socially desirable goods. So without producing what you want, you're producing unwanted. That's what 4 is saying. 5 is saying production is efficient, but distribution is inefficient. Go with the keywords that I've taught you and all. Think what and what leads to scarcity. And then see. You will be able to get an answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are actually A-level papers. If you are getting it right, you can be very proud. These are papers people will study like so many times and go and do for A-levels. මේ වගේ question 50ක් තමයි is your paper 1. 50 questions like this. Which one you think? One, two, three, four, five. Which one is the most correct one? Scarcity means quickly. Scarcity means you have limited resources, but your wants are unlimited. Which answer talks about that? Number two now. People's wants can never be satisfied with the available resource because wants are always unlimited. Our resources are limited, so you can't satisfy all your wants with limited resources. That is what scarcity is about. Not the others. I mean, society is not using available resources efficiently. That is not scarcity. That may be wastage or inefficiency. That is not scarcity. Then members live in poverty. That is not how you define scarcity. Then too many frivolous goods are produced. Did I say anything like that? Did I say scarcity is where you're producing unwanted goods without producing what the society wants? I didn't say anything like that. Did I say scarcity is where production is efficient but distribution is inefficient? I mean, don't come up with new terms now. In your paper for a question, they will give you now words that you have not heard. Then that is not the answer. They will, because they have to give you five options. Then five options. Then I think our own they will put new words that you have not heard. So you go with what you have learned, Lama. I never taught you anything about production, efficient distribution inefficient. I never talked about frivolous goods and something like that. I never talked about people have to live in poverty. I never said uh, society is not using resources efficient. So if you're not even heard about it, Lama, don't go with that as an answer. Okay? Right. Available means limited. Yeah. So the resources that are available are limited. So that goes without saying. So 2016 is number two. Right. We need four questions. We'll do one. Okay. What about this? 2017. Question number two. It is the year that I did my 11th. What do you all think? Problem of scarcity exists only in developing economies. Exists only in market economies. Exists because prices of goods and services are too high. Exists now, but will be eliminated with economic growth. Exists because of limited resources. What do you all think? Go with what I taught you. If you have not heard a word, that is not the answer. Lavan. If I didn't tell you something like that, that will not be the answer. If you were listening, then you know what I told. Scarcity exists because of two reasons. Both the reasons are not there. One reason is there in one of your answers. We have told this plus this leads to scarcity. One of that they have given in the answer. Which one is your answer? One, two, three, four, five. Thank you. Not a very hard answer. Number exists because of limited resources. If you want to complete that answer, you say limited resources and unlimited. You can't say Lamai, you can't definitely say one and two. I said scarcity is there for anyone, whether you are developed economy, the what is market economy, I will teach you all later. No matter what economy is, you have scarcity. Then did I tell you scarcity is there because prices are too high? Did I talk about prices? That say prices are high? Nothing like that. Did I say scarcity is there now, but with economic growth, scarcity eliminated? So even if you take some country like US, that's an economy that has grown a lot, so much of development, but has scarcity got eliminated for them? So even if your economy grows or nothing happens, scarcity won't get eliminated. So not this also. So answer number five. Right. How did you all do out of five? At least three, I would say, is a good mark out of five. You've got five out of five. Perfect. But at least three. 60%, you were somewhat listening. Somewhere there. At least 3. Less than 3, you were not listening. You could have done a little bit. 5 out of 5. Perfect. 4. Very, very good. Right. Okay. So far good. So based on most of your answers, based on how much you all have done, I think you all have done pretty well. Okay. Then we'll go back to our cubes. In the cubes, I'll give you all a small break before I get into this part because this is a little bit of a technical part. And then we'll try and finish. We'll see. I want to do 8 and 9 also. We'll see. We'll see how long we will take. Right. Shall we take how many minutes of a break you all want? It's 8:25 now. Until 8:30 or 8:35. 5 minutes or a 10-minute break. So majority votes are for 10 minutes. Right. So then we'll take a break until 8:35. You have 10 minutes, get some water, do all of it and come. I will go until 9:30. Okay. Take a break and right. So we'll now come into Lamai, the next part of this. So we'll do this part. I will quickly go through the goods part. I was thinking we'll do page number 8 and then we can call it a day. Okay. So the resources part, we can do it the next class. So page number 9 onwards until somewhere around, yeah, maybe until around 14. If possible, we can do it the next class. So today we'll finish until page number 8. Okay. So a few important factors relating to opportunity cost. Number 1. First thing I'm telling you is opportunity cost is not a financial concept, or you can say, Lamai, not purely a financial concept. So opportunity cost is not only money, Lamai. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I told this to you all before also. It is not just the money. Now, let's say if you build a shopping mall, your next best option is building a house. So maybe opportunity cost is not just the money of building that house, so not the rent you could have earned, but it's not just the money. It can be anything, and it can be any satisfaction that you get. So that's what I'm saying. Opportunity cost is not a financial concept. It is a real concept, which means opportunity cost shows the real value of the next best alternative. So it can be the money, it's the everything. Okay. When selecting alternative, it's not just the financial value. That's point number 1. Clear? Opportunity cost, what I'm saying is not just the financial amount, it's much more than that. It's the real benefit you're foregoing. So real benefit can include the money and so much of different things. Then number 2. Also, I told you all about opportunity cost is connected to the individual. Your opportunity cost is not my opportunity cost. In other words, I said opportunity cost can be expressed only by the person who is making the choice. It differs from person to person. In other words, we said opportunity cost is subjective. Your opportunity cost is not my opportunity. How you make a choice, you rank it differently, I rank it differently. That's point number 2. Then point number 3, I am saying there is an external cost which occurs with opportunity cost. Now, what is this external cost? I will leave it for now. Make a small note and keep. We will learn this in unit number 8. There is something called externalities. We will learn it there. So probably next year, somewhere around, we will learn that. Okay, so let me summarize the 3 points again. The first point is opportunity cost is not a financial concept. It's not just the money. Opportunity cost is, we say, a real concept. It does what? It represents the real benefit foregone. So the benefit foregone can be the money that you sacrifice, can be anything. Everything is what you call opportunity cost. That's point number one. Point number two is saying opportunity cost is subjective. Your opportunity cost is not my opportunity. It differs from person to person. Point number three is saying along with opportunity cost, there is something called an external cost that gets created. What is external cost? How does it work? That's another 2-3 hour discussion, Lamai. Therefore, I will not go through it now. We will learn it in unit number 8. That's the first. Now coming into this level. Can there be situations where opportunity cost is zero? In other words, where there is no opportunity cost. There are three situations, Lavai, when there is no opportunity cost. What are the three situations? Number one, the first situation is, Lavai, when there are unlimited resources. I'll give you an example. Take, Lavai, something like sunlight. Sunlight, not the soap. Sunlight. Sunlight. Lavai, we have unlimited amount of sunlight when sunlight is there. Now, don't come and say, so at night, no sunlight. I'm telling you, when sunlight is there is unlimited sunlight. I'm saying when there are unlimited resources, I'm trying to tell you there is no opportunity cost here. So when sunlight is there in the afternoon level, there is unlimited amount of sunlight. Now, when there is unlimited amount of sunlight, do you have to choose, Laman? Now, with your sunlight, what do you all do? You all put your clothes to dry. Maybe if you are making karavala or something, you put that also Elliot and keep. Maybe, you do different things. Do you have to make a choice? In the afternoon, do you have to go and say, today I will dry this clothes, tomorrow I will dry this clothes, day after tomorrow I will put my fish to dry? Do you have to make a choice like that now? Yes or no? What do you think? When there is unlimited amount of sunlight, do you have to make a choice of today I can dry only this five, next day I will dry this five? No, right? When you have unlimited amount of resources, what happens, Naman? So when there is unlimited amount of sunlight, you don't have to make a choice. No need to make a choice. In other words, what does that mean? Can do all the alternative uses. All your alternative uses you can do now. Now, remember in my example, in the plot of land, we had a limited one. You can't do everything with that. But sunlight, you have unlimited sunlight. You can do everything. Dry your clothes, dry your fish, wash your shoe and put to dry. You can do anything because there is unlimited sunlight. So you don't have a choice. So you don't have to make a choice. So when you don't make a choice, Lamai, are you sacrificing something? Is there opportunity cost? Because you are drying your clothes in the sunlight, are you sacrificing something else? Are there some other clothes that you couldn't dry? Is there something else, your shoe that you washed and put that you couldn't dry? Is there the fish that has not got dry? No, right? You can do everything now. I don't have to make a choice. So therefore, there is no opportunity cost. Opportunity cost will be zero. Think properly. I'm telling you, situations where opportunity cost is zero. So I am telling you, when you have unlimited resources, when you have Onatara, example, sunlight, then you don't have to make a choice to make. You can do everything with that sunlight, dry your 100 clothes, or your neighbor can also dry his clothes. You can dry your clothes, dry your fish, put your shoe, wash and dry it. Do anything you want. You can do everything. If your solar panel is there, charge your solar panel also with that. You can do. You don't have to make a choice. Just because you're charging your solar panel, that doesn't mean your clothes won't dry. Just because you're drying your clothes, that doesn't mean your shoe that you put to wash won't dry. So everything you can do, Lama, you don't have to make a choice. You don't have to sacrifice anything. So you're not sacrificing anything means there is no opportunity cost. Yes, all the alternate uses can be done together because there's unlimited amount of sunlight available. So you don't have to sacrifice anything. You don't have to make a choice. And that's point number one. Then Lamai, point number two. Second situation where opportunity cost is zero. There are only three situations. Situation number two. Situation number two is Lamai, when there is absence of alternative uses. When certain goods don't have an alternative use. I'll give an example. Example Lamai, something like, do you all know the ship anchor? Anchor, milk powder, anyway, do you all know ship anchor? Have you all seen when a ship comes to the shore, they put a ship anchor and keep Lamai for the ship not to move around? You all know what that is. Let's see if I can find a picture. Mm, for those who don't know what a ship anchor is, a ship anchor. This on this side. This is what you call that ship anchor. What do you do with the ship anchor? When the ship comes to the shore, closer to the shore, you put it to the water so that it gets tight and ship doesn't move around. Can you tell me, are there alternative uses of this ship anchor? Can you do anything else with that? One thing is, like I said, when the ship comes, you can put to the beach and put it and keep so the ship doesn't move. Can you do anything else with that? I mean, are there alternative uses? Can you think of? Are there alternative uses of the ship anchor? When a mukut karanna pulanda, can you do something else with that? There's nothing else that you can do, right? Okay. Only one use for the ship anchor. The only use is if the ship comes to the shore, put it and keep so that the ship doesn't move. Then Lamai, when there are no alternative users, you tell me, when there are no alternative users, are we sacrificing anything? Just because we put the ship anchor to the beach, are we sacrificing something else? Now, opportunity cost is the next best thing you sacrifice, Nilamai. Do you have to forego something else? Is there a next best alternative? If not for this, our alternative at Tibbata for the ship anchor. Nothing, right? So, if there are no alternative users, there is no choice, Lama. There is no sacrifice. So, you don't have to sacrifice anything. The only thing you can do with that is that. So, therefore, there is no opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is what? The value of your next best alternative foregone. So here there is no next best alternative. Only alternative is to put the this and keep. Yeah. Another example I can give is now something like a bridge. Okay, if you take something like a bridge, the only alternative for a bridge is Lamai. The only use of a bridge is for people or vehicles to travel. වෙන මොකුත් කරන්න බෑනේ bridge එකකින්. If they have built a small bridge or something, only thing is for people and vehicle travel. So just because people and vehicles are traveling in that bridge, there is no alternative use. You can't do anything else with the bridge, no man. Again, opportunity cost will be C. Is that okay? One and two. When you have unlimited resources like sunlight, there won't be opportunity cost because you don't have to sacrifice. When the resources don't have alternative, nothing else to do, then also nothing to sacrifice. Yeah, maybe something like a parachute also, correct? Parachute also no alternative use. Only use of parachute is when you're jumping from the sky to open it and land safe. Maybe you can use the cloth to cover your car or something and keep it. Doesn't make sense. No, so no alternative use. Then the next one. Number three. When there are unemployed resources. Unemployed resources means those resources were not being used before. Let's say, Lamai, how many of y'all during your school time in school have they told you all, Lamai, to make some handwork can come from this waste material? Have they told you all something like that when you all are small? Hmm? What did you all make? They said at home, whatever waste material you can find, make some handwork and come. What did you all make? Some people take straws and do some. Some people are pen holder with some boxes. Wall hackers. What else did y'all? Different things, no? Using coconut shells, you might have made some. So different. Using sound, using eggshells, have you all done something? Eggshells are like, have you all made like a tortoise or something? No, I remember I made something like that once. Egg, you draw a tortoise or something and you paste eggshells on the film. Yeah. Play broken CDs. You use those. Ice cream stick selling, you all make certain structures. So now, Lamai, we'll take an example like that. Let's say your teacher told you to make a handwork and make some handwork and now you roam around your house and you see there is uh some cardboard boxes and some ice cream sticks or whatever that is thrown around and kept. No one is using that. Now you're running around house and you're trying to see what are we not using. You see under me cardboard box එකක් තියෙනවා. Some ice cream sticks are there. No one using. Oh, hey, it is just there. Then now you use that box and those ice cream sticks to do your handwork. Are you sacrificing anything, Lama? Did you sacrifice anything because of that box and that sticks were just there? They were unemployed, right? No one was using it. It was just there. No one was using it. So when no one was using it, and now when you take it, are you sacrificing something? No, right? There is no opportunity cost there. I'll give you another example. Let's say, Lamai, there is a, let's say, okay, we'll take one of your t-shirts, sorry, frock, sorry, skirt, sorry, whatever. Inside your almirah, Lamai, have you realized the dress at the bottom? You all have stacked, no, I don't know if you all have a wardrobe and have hangers and all my god, I have all the things stacked, my mother folds and puts, it's there. So have you realized the one at the bottom, Lamai? කවදාවත් අඳින්නේ නැහැ නේද? The one in the bottom of your almirah. Have you realized that? Usually you wear the top ticker, you all wear. The one at the bottom, some ugly t-shirt or shirt or thing is there. Right? No one really wears that. Right? So now, what is that? They are unemployed. Unemployed means no one was using it. Now, just because someone takes and wears that, are you sacrificing anything? Eh, it was just there. No one was even wearing that. So if no one was even wearing that, then you don't have to sacrifice anything. And that's what unemployed resources mean. So unemployed resources means when resources are unemployed, that means that no one was using it. No one was using it. Therefore, when you use it, you don't sacrifice anything. You don't sacrifice anything when you use it. That was just there, like the cardboard box. The cardboard box was just there. You took and you did the handwork, so nothing to sacrifice. So therefore, zero opportunity. So those are the three situations where my opportunity cost will be zero. What are the three situations? When there are unlimited resources, I'll talk about what is that written bracket, non-economic goods. That's the next part. We'll learn. When there are absence of alternative users and when resources are previously unlimited. Okay. See if that part is fine. If you all have any questions from that part. If not, we can quickly do page number 8 and we can finish the class for today. Yes, sometimes I might have a few extra sessions also. In the third, what if we itself use it? Yeah, so even if we use it, There is no opportunity cost. It was just there. Now take the cardboard box. It was just there in the corner of your house. No one was using or hey, thrown around and kept in some corner. Now you used it to do a but you used it to do some handwork. So you're not sacrificing anything, it's just there lying down and waiting. So that's why we are saying no opportunity. Then Laman, we'll go into this part, a new topic. We'll finish page 8 and then we will finish the class. Faster you all give me answers, the more answers you all give, the more faster I can go, the faster we will finish the class. Okay? Right. Starting with goods. What is a good? We say like anything that fulfills human wants. Right? So human wants, we say, are fulfilled with goods. You have a want for pizza, you buy a pizza. Pizza is a good. You have a want for education and learning, you pay and join the class. Fulfill. So good is something that fulfills human wants. And also, it is anything that provides positive satisfaction. Another word for positive satisfaction is utility. What is positive satisfaction now? Now, after coming to this class, at the end of 2 hours, 2.5 hours, at around 9:30, if only thing that you have in mind is, why did I come to this fellow's class in vain, my 2 hours, that's a waste of time. If that is what you have now, then there is no positive satisfaction. But at the end of these 2.5 hours, if you feel, I learned something, right? You feel good about it, then that becomes a good learn. So a good is anything that provides positive satisfaction. You're really hungry, you go and buy a malu pandla in the canteen. Malu pande, will say you buy a pastry. You're a posh people, right? After in the school canteen, very hungry, you go and buy a pastry. You eat. The moment you eat it, Lamai, you feel good, right? Sometimes you're very thirsty all day. You get some water. Muslims, you all think about when you all fast, when you all are fasting, when you all break fast at around 6 o'clock in the evening. When you have that samosa hari, water hari, you feel good, right? That's what you call a positive satisfaction. So anything which provides positive satisfaction or utility is called a good in economics. And goods are used to satisfy human want. Then, Lavai, these goods can be classified into two. Utility means the positive satisfaction. That's another name for positive satisfaction. Okay. Goods can be classified into two. You have non-economic goods and economic goods. Very easy now. You know what are non-economic goods? Non-economic goods are the goods that are unlimited in supply. Goods that are unlimited in supply. Economic goods are the goods that are limited in supply, scarce in supply. We'll go into more detail. So non-economic goods we say are the goods that are unlimited in supply. And goods that are in unlimited in supply usually doesn't have a price. What are the goods unlimited in supply? Example here, air, water, sunlight, unlimited. The oxygen that you're breathing, we won't run out of the water that is there. It's raining, rivers, unlimited. Sunlight also unlimited is there. So that is what you call a non-economic good. Goods that are unlimited in supply, non-scarce. And at zero price. No price. For sunlight, no one charges the price. No, for the air that you're breathing, no price. No, man. So then there is no resource cost. No resource cost means cost of producing. Is there a cost to produce sunlight? Is there a cost to produce air? Oh, no resource cost. You don't have to pay. Now, to produce this class, there is a resource cost. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, I pay admin salaries, print, tools, there is a cost. For sunlight, no cost, right? There is no production process. I'm saying there is no resource cost and opportunity cost. So no opportunity cost at all. That's what we learned before here. Non-economic goods when I told you. Non-existence of non-economic goods. So when goods are unlimited, there is no opportunity cost level. Like sunlight. If you use your sunlight to dry your clothes, you don't have to sacrifice your solar panel getting charged. ඒකත් charge කරන්න පුළුවන්, clothes also dry කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Unlimited, no opportunity cost. Right? And then we say examples, air, water, sunlight, and stuff like that. Other names for non-economic goods are, you have lamai, are also called free goods, cost-free goods. This natural goods lamai, can you cut off? Not a very good division. Can you cut this off? You can't call non-economic goods natural goods. Of that. Okay. So we will keep it as free goods and cost-free goods. Okay, that's non-economic goods. What are non-economic goods? That are unlimited supply. Oh, then what are economic goods? Economic goods are goods that are scarce in supply. Scarce means limited in supply. You don't have unlimited. Limited, right? There is a resource cost. Resource cost means there is a cost to produce that good. Resource cost means cost of production. So if you take a economic good lamai, there is a cost of production. Now, for example, if you take this class is a economic good. Is there unlimited amount of this class? No. We have a limited amount of classes that we are doing. Is there a resource cost? Yes. I am spending money on my internet, my Wi-Fi, my electricity bill, my tube printing cost, my admin is helping me. There is a resource cost. Is there an opportunity cost involved? Yes. Instead of doing this class, I could have spent my money for something else. The money that I spent to print your tubes, I could have used for something else. This time that I am spending in front of my laptop and teaching you all, I could have used for something else. There is an opportunity cost. I'm sacrificing something to do this. So there is a resource cost. There is an opportunity cost. Can you tell them why? This all, now examples, pens, books, rice, wheat, flour, whatever, right? Tuition classes, anything. Okay. Now, is now non-economic goods, we said there is no price. For economic goods, can we say consumers have to pay a price? Can we say that, Lava? Is that a definite characteristic? Should consumers pay a price? Always. What do you all think? Usually, Lamai, for economic goods, you have to pay a price. But do you always have to pay a price? Now, are you paying a price to come to this class right now? I am doing this class completely free for you. What about, Lamai, the textbooks that you're getting from the government? Until O levels, you all got textbooks. Those are economic goods. Government had a cost, Lamai. There is an opportunity cost for that money. But did you pay a price for that? Government textbooks. Okay. So, for economic goods, Lamai, having a price is not a characteristic. Most economic goods have a price. There are economic goods that don't have a price also, like our free class that we are doing for October. Government school textbooks. So, my price but they are economic goods. So, for economic goods, don't ever go and write it has a price. As having a price is not a characteristic. I'm telling you again, if you want, make a note. Having a price or consumer having to pay a price is not a characteristic, because there are certain economic goods that consumers get for free as well, like the government school textbooks. Then that's fine. What is the summary? Goods are anything. Goods fulfill human wants. Anything that provides positive satisfaction, you feel good about after consuming it, is called a good. There are two types: non-economic, economic. Non-economic means goods that are unlimited in supply. Right? Other names for that is free good, cost-free good. Then these non-economic goods, we said they are unlimited in supply, no opportunity cost, no resource cost, no cost of producing them in sunlight, cost and no opportunity cost as well. Then economic goods are the goods we said are scarce in supply. They are limited. Scarce means limited. Limited in supply. There is an opportunity cost of producing it. There is a resource cost as well. Example, phone, laptop, anything that is produced. Then, my question to you, Lamai, can you convert a economic good to a non-economic? Can you convert? What do you think? A good that is scarce and limited in supply, can you convert it to a good that is unlimited and no opportunity cost? Can you convert? You can't, Nilamai. Okay, the ones who are telling me yes, can you give me an example? How can you convert? Can you convert like a pen or a book or a laptop, which is an economic good limited, to something that is unlimited? Then, so economic good, economic good, Nilamai. Just because you give it for free, that doesn't mean it's unlimited. Now, for example, if you take government school textbooks, you're giving it for free. But does that mean it's unlimited amount of government textbooks? There's a limited amount of government textbooks. So economic goods lamai cannot be converted to non-economic. That is not possible because the moment you produce an economic good lamai, there is an opportunity cost involved. Everything is you can't go back. My question, next question is lamai, can you do the other side? Can you convert a non-economic something like water, sunlight? Can you convert this to an economic? What do you think? Can you convert a non-economic good like sunlight, water, air to a good that is limited? What do you all? Yes or no? You can. Can you give me an example? Okay, sunlight is unlimited. You put that into a solar panel. Solar panels are limited. Fine. Bottled water. Water is unlimited. May rivers and rain and ඕන තරම් water තියෙනවා. Unlimited. But that same water, if you put it into a bottle and wrap it and clean it and put a wrapper around it and give, that is bottled water. Is bottled water unlimited? You converted this to this. Then what about the oxygen that we are breathing? Non-economic. But that same oxygen, if you put it to a tank and give it to a person who is going diving, then it becomes economic. So what am I saying again? Just to summarize, since one person wanted, I'm telling you now, right? Economic goods cannot be converted to non-economic. Economic goods are the goods that are scarce, no, that are limited in supply, no, right? So economic goods means now, right? Goods that are limited in supply. You don't have unlimited amount. It's a limited amount, right? And there is a resource cost, means the cost of producing it, and there is an opportunity cost involved as well. Then I'm saying, I'm asking you, can we convert an economic good to a non-economic? Answer is no, we can't do that. Economic good is a good that has been produced with human intervention. People have worked, you have produced it. ඒක unlimited කරන්න බෑ. But then I asked you, can you do it the other way around? Can you convert a non-economic, like sunlight, rain, water, air? Can you convert that into an economic good? That, yes. Rainwater unlimited. You purify the rainwater, put to a bottle, bottled water limited. Non-economic converted to economic. Oxygen that we are breathing, unlimited, non-economic. You put to a gas cylinder and give it to a person who is going diving inside the ocean, that's a limited. Unlimited gas cylinder oxygen. The sunlight that we have, unlimited. You put that into, let's say, a solar panel and convert to solar energy, limited. So non-economic goods can be converted to economic goods. So I'll go through the paragraph now and see. The paragraph is saying, economic goods are produced with the intervention of man. Correct? No, economic goods are like pens, books, feed, flour, whatever. Human intervention is there. And with the combination of resources. So you have to use machines, labor, you have to use your resources. As economic goods are produced with scarce resources, it involves a cost. And there is also a problem of choice. So right now, Lamai, this class that we are doing is an economic good. There is a choice. No, instead of this class, I would have done something else. Yeah. Then I am saying, although there is no room to convert economic goods to non-economic, economic to non-economic to convert, no room. You can't do that. There are situations where non-economic goods can become economic goods. Many example. Oxygen used by a diver when diving. Oxygen we are breathing is non-economic. But a diver who is diving, the oxygen in his tank, that is a limited one, that is economic. Oxygen given to patients in a hospital, economic. Solar panels that produce solar power, economic. Bottled water, economic. So non-economic good has been converted to a economic. So non-economic to economic is possible. Economic, you can't go back to non-economic. Now, oxygen, solar power, water used in the above situations are converted to economic goods. And this would happen because a resource cost and opportunity cost involved. So now, when you're converting this to this lamai, you have to produce no oxygen in a tank here. There is a cost. There's opportunity cost. You would have done something else with that money. Okay? Right. That is the story. Is that okay? See if that is fine. If you have questions, you can ask. Then we have one last small part. One more thing, Lamai, remember, now next week when we are having the class, you need to take around at least 15 to 20 minutes to go through everything we have done now. Now, the first class work also you have to go through that. Now, first class work, it won't take you that much time to go through because you have already gone through that. The definition of economics, positive, normative, micro, macroeconomics, that might take you around maximum 5 minutes because you have already gone through. So what happens is the multiple times you go through something, the next time, the amount you take for it will decrease. Now, if you take unit number 1, the first time you are studying unit number 1, it might take you around 24 hours, entire day. Let's say entire unit will take you the entire day to stop. Second time you are studying, it's a little bit there in your mind, it will take you around 12 hours. Third time, within around 6 hours, you can study. And then you have to come to a level where you have studied it so many times. One day before your A-level paper, your A-levels will be in 2026. One day before your A-level paper, you should be able to study that entire unit in around 15 to 20 minutes. Right now, you can't study the entire unit in 15, 20 minutes. No way. But if you have studied it around 5, 10 times, then you will get. So you have to come to that level now for every unit by the end of A-levels. Every subject, every unit. So you study it multiple. The first time will be long level. That's why that first time has to start now. Now, last class when you studied positive, normative definition for economics, you would have taken half an hour. Now, tomorrow, if you're going and studying that back again, it can't take you half an hour. It will finish in 15 minutes. Maybe next week when you're studying that, it will finish in 10 minutes. So, the multiple times you study the same thing, your time that you take will come down. Your target is one day before the A-level paper, you should be able to study an entire unit in around 15, 20 minutes max. If you have come to that level means you have studied it enough and more times. So one day before the exam, you have 12 units. 12 units, 20 minutes per unit gattana. In 4 hours, you can finish the entire syllabus. Studying the entire syllabus in 4 hours means something impossible to do right now. You do it multiple times, then lamai, you will get there. Okay? We'll finish with this last one, economic bad. What is a good? We said a good is something that provides positive satisfaction. You feel good about it when you consume. What is a bad love? A bad, we say, is the opposite of a good. A bad is anything that provides negative value or has a negative price. So we can say now that gives you negative satisfaction. I'll give you an example. Example now something like garbage. Now, when there is garbage at your house, you don't feel good about it now. Having garbage means that's providing dissatisfaction, negative utility. And what is this negative price level? A bad is anything with a negative value to a consumer or a negative price. What does that mean? A negative price. Negative price means Lama, you will pay money to get rid of it. Now, usually Lama, you pay money to buy something, no man. You will pay money to, let's say, buy a chocolate. Pay money to come to class. You will pay and buy. But economic bad is something you will pay. You will pay to get rid of it, Lama. Now, matakada. Yes, I'll come to more examples. Something like garbage, Lamai, do you give the fellow who comes to collect your garbage, do you give him some amount of money at the end of the month? Actually, you don't have to. Government pays the taxes, they pay him. But if you give no pau kela, you all give something. At the end of the month, every time the fellow comes, or maybe a 50 rupee or 100 rupee, or something you all might give, right? At the end of the month. You're giving him money to take your garbage and you're paying money to get rid of your garbage now. Can you give me some other examples? Yeah. Yes, when you give him extra garbage back, yes, our mother also does that. Laman. When you give him, has your mother done this? Sometimes, it's the day that you collect paper, but our mother has indul also. She shape gives that and gives the fellow some extra money. That kind of things also happen. Right? Anything else, Laman? You will pay money to get rid of garbage. Yeah. Something like diseases. You will pay money to get rid of it, right? You will go to the hospital, get vaccination, you will do everything to get rid of it, no? Economic bad. Pollution, economic bad. Something like even snow. Now in Sri Lanka, nang snow never. In a foreign country, lamai, snow is a very irritating thing, lamai. When it snows and all, you can't drive in your vehicle also. You can't go out also. People will pay money to heat and get rid of that snow. So fever, yes, we'll put that under diseases. So terrorism, yes, fine. You will pay to get rid of it. That is what you call Lamai an economic bad. It provides dissatisfaction. Right. With that in mind, I will ask you a question. I am asking you, is something like alcohol, something like cigarettes, are they economic bads? Yes or no? Think and give me an answer. Cigarettes, alcohol. Are they economic bads? Think. Do people pay money to buy it, or do people pay money to get rid of it? Now, I told you economic bad is something that provides dissatisfaction and has a negative price. People will pay money to get rid of it. Cigarettes, alcohol. Are people money paying to? Are people paying to get rid of a cigarette? People are going to a shop and paying money and buying a cigarette now. Are you going and giving the Hade fellow anime cigarette karang and I don't want? Are you paying to Cargills and saying anime to throw this alcohol bottle I don't want? No, you're paying money to buy it, Lama. So these are not economic bets. Don't get that confused. These are Lama. We'll study this later. These are called Lama demerit goods. We'll learn that later in unit number 8. These are not economic bets. Lama. They provide satisfaction. For a person who is smoking, he's paying money and buying a cigarette means Lama, he is feeling good about it. That's why no, he's smoking. If he's getting dissatisfaction, he will not smoke. But maybe, I don't know, whoever smokes, I don't smoke. So maybe they feel relaxed or maybe their stress is going over for, maybe they feel cool about smoking or maybe something, I don't know. So they are getting some satisfaction in Tamil Nadu. They are paying around 130 rupees and buying a cigarette. Then whoever who is buying a bottle of alcohol, they are buying it because now they are getting some satisfaction. Maybe, yes, maybe cigarette, your dopamine level is going up. Maybe alcohol, lama, you forget about what is your stress and you feel good and, it's fun and maybe that's not. So you get some satisfaction. That's why you're paying a price. Lama. So something like cigarettes, alcohol, those are economic goods. They can also be classified as demerit goods. That part we will learn later. Don't worry about that. They are not economic goods. Easiest way to identify is, lama, do people pay a price or not? If people are paying a price and buying it, it's an economic good no, because you're getting some satisfaction only. It's a good. That's why you're paying a price and buying it. You're getting something from it. That's why you're paying a price. Otherwise, you won't pay a price to it. Then a bad is something that gives dissatisfaction. You will pay a price to get rid of it. Pollution, garbage, diseases, snow. You will pay to take it and go. Take it and that's what a economic bad is about. Right. So with that, I will wrap it off. Do you all have any questions? We'll go through some past papers next week, Lamai. See if there are any questions that you all have on your end. Can you all please take some time to go through until page number 8 and come next week? I will upload this recording by tomorrow on YouTube. If you want to watch a missed part, you can go back and watch. The people who are not in class today, they can also watch. Next week, same time, we'll do it at night. We'll have it, right? Okay, so with that, we'll call it off. And I'll see you all next Saturday, ideally, same time at night. See you. Bye.